Good evening, everyone. My name is Nkwo. I'm an accounting software tutor. I train accountants and auditors on how to use accounting software. So, in our previous class, we talked about accounting software, the benefits of using accounting software. We also talked about cloud accounting. I talked about those softwares that fall under the categories of SME and ERP. I said SME software are software that are designed to meet the needs of small and medium enterprise. And I gave the list of software that fall under the category of SMEs. We're talking about Sage 50, QuickBooks, Zoho Books, Tally, FreshBooks, rather, Zero Accounting software. And also I talk about ERP software. I said ERP software are software that are designed for large organizations. They are designed to meet the needs of large organizations. And I talk about the list of software that fall under the category of ERP. We have Tally ERP, we have Sage 200, we have Sage 300, we have Microsoft Dynamics 365, we have ABM software, we also have Oracle NetSuite. So these are software that fall under the category of ERP. Then I now talk about QuickBooks. I said we have two types of QuickBooks. We have the QuickBooks Online and we have QuickBooks Desktop. So QuickBooks Online is a cloud-based version. Is a cloud-based version that is designed to be used online using a cloud device. So the software must not necessarily be installed on your laptop or your desktop. You can easily access your company file on the cloud using a cloud device. Now, what I mean by cloud device are those devices that allows you to access cloud-based software. Your laptop is an example of a cloud device. Your phone is an example of cloud device. Your smartphone is an example of a cloud device. So all these are cloud devices that you use to access a cloud-based software. While we have the desktop version that is called QuickBooks Desktop, it works offline and also online, but mostly is being used offline. So QuickBooks Desktop, we have versions of QuickBooks Desktop. I said we have QuickBooks Pro, we have QuickBooks Premier, and QuickBooks Enterprise Solution. So QuickBooks Pro is designed for small and growing business, and it can accommodate 3 users, meaning that 3 persons can actually be working with the company file simultaneously. So while QuickBooks Premier, it has all the features of QuickBooks Pro and an additional feature, and it can accommodate 5 users. Then we talk about QuickBooks Enterprise. So QuickBooks Enterprise is the largest of QuickBooks Pro and QuickBooks Premier, and also QuickBooks Accountant Edition. It has all the features of the above QuickBooks, that is Pro, Premier, and Accountant Edition. It can accommodate up to 30 users. So now, I talk about industries that can use QuickBooks. A manufacturing company can use QuickBooks, distribution company, non-for-profit making organization, service-based company can also use QuickBooks, retail company can also use QuickBooks. A law firm that is also service-based company can actually use QuickBooks. So I gave you a list of industry that can use QuickBooks. Then I talk about in an organization, they have departments where accountants are being assigned to work. I said you might be assigned to work in a purchase department, or sales department, or payroll department, or procurement department. So these are departments whereby you can also use QuickBooks. So every organization have departments where they assign accountant to work. Then we talk about the 4 elements that must be set up before you can start using what QuickBooks accounting software. I said there are 4 elements that you must set up before you can start what using QuickBooks accounting software. Number one, your chart of accounts. The second one is your vendors. The third one, your customers and your what inventories. So your chart of accounts is a created list of accounts that help organization in managing their financial transaction. So chart of account is the core of your accounting system. It helps in the preparation of your financial statement, that is, your statement of profit or loss account, your statement of financial position. So you must first set up what your chart of accounts. Chart of accounts is very, very important. And it consists of 5 accounts, which are your what? Your assets, your liabilities, expenses, income, and equities. So these are the 5 accounts that chart of accounts consist. They will now talk about vendors. Who are your vendors? Vendors are your suppliers and also what service providers. So we have 2 ways we classify our vendors. 1, supplier. 2, your what? Service provider. Supplier are those people that supply products to your company. You classify them as your supplier. While those that render essential service to your company, you classify them as what? Service providers. But they still fall under what? Vendors that you account payable. Examples of service providers are Power Holding Company of Nigeria, those people that would provide electricity for your company to run their financial activities. You can classify these people as what? A service provider under what? Vendor. They will now talk about customers. Who are your customers? Customers are people that patronize your business. People that buy goods from you, or they pay for any service that you render to them. They are your what? Your customers. And we have 2 types of customers. 2 ways we classify our customers. 1, sundry customers or one-off customers. And the second one is what? Account name customer. So sundry customers are those customers that do not provide information about who they are for the purpose of what? Documentation. Like they do not give you full details about who they are, like the phone number, the address, all those things. So you classify them as what? A one-off customer. Why account name customer are those customers that gives you information. They are your potential customers. They love buying from your company. So those kind of people will now collect their information, like their name, address, and other things, so you can be able to what? Contact them, send them email or any other thing. So you call them what? Account name customers. They will now talk about inventories. What are inventories? Inventories are your stock item. Inventory does not also include both products. It does not also include product, rather. It also includes what? Service item. That is, what are those service items? When you go to see your doctor, you pay for what we call consultancy fee or consultation fee. So if it's an hospital firm that is using QuickBooks, they will save consultancy fee as what? A service item to them under what? Inventory. Also, this QuickBooks training that you all paid for, I can save it as what? A service item, because it's a service item. So when I want to issue receipt, it will appear because it was a service item. So there are various ways you classify your service item as your what? Inventory. So these are the 4 elements that you need to what? Set up before you can start what? Using QuickBooks efficiently and effectively. Without setting up all these 4 elements, you cannot be posting any transaction. So they are very, very important. It's very, very necessary that you want to set up these 4 elements. So now, I will start by teaching you how to create a new company or to set up a new company file. So to set up a new company, you click on this menu. You have what we call, all these are called menus. Look at it: file, edit menu, view menu, list menu, favorite menu, accountant menu, company menu, customers menu, vendors menu, employee menu. They are called menus. Why this is called what? The navigation bar. This is the navigation bar. Can you see? Look at where my cursor is pointing at. These are navigation bar. So why these are what? The home page of Quickbooks. Look at where my cursor is pointing at. This is the home page of Quickbooks. And it consists of what? Icons. If you look at what I'm pointing at, which is purchase order, we also have inventory, receive inventory, enter this. So all these icons, they are called shortcuts actually. So you can find them in the what? In the menus. They're in all these menus that you are seeing. So for the purpose of this training, we will not be using any of these shortcuts, any of these icons here. We won't be using them. We'll be teaching you how to use the menus. This is what we'll be working with, the menus. So now I will start by setting up a new company. So how do we create a new company using Quickbooks? So there are various ways of setting up a new company using Quickbooks. So now we'll start by showing you the process it involves. So you are going to click on File menu. When you click on File menu, you see New Company. You see New Company from existing company file, or Open or Restore Company, Open Previous Company, Open Second Company, or back up your company file. So in this File menu, you can actually set up a new company. So now I will show you how to set up a new company. And to set up a new company, you click on New Company. So when you click on New Company, this is what you see. You look at it, still loading. Okay. So this is what you see when you click on New Company. Can you see my screen? This is what you see when you click on New Company. So when you click on it, okay, let me share the other screen. Okay, this is what you see when you click on New Company. Can you see it? We have Express Start and what Detail Start. So this Express Start, it will only ask you few questions that you need in what setting up your company. These are what it will ask you, like the business name, your industry, is it construction company or distribution company or manufacturing company. Then the business type, like if you look at it, sole proprietorship, partnership, single member, limited liability company, corporation or sole corporation. So you select any one of this type. Then you see employer identification number. So if you have your employer identification number, you type it here. Then your address, that is the business address. Where is this company located? You type in the address here. And the city where it is located. Then you see something like select states. Select states. So all these are abbreviation of the states. This is actually a foreign software. So you'll not be able to see Lagos or any other name, any other states in this place. So the zip code. So the zip code is talking about the address, the zip code for this the business address. So you can actually find the zip code online. So if you look at the country, you won't be able to see Nigeria here. Look at what you are seeing: Australia, Brazil rather, Canada, China, Japan, and other countries. So in that case, you will click on what order. Then you now enter the phone number of your company. So when you enter the phone number of the company, then what you see is what you hit new create company to appear like this. Then you select create company. But we will not teach you how to use this step. I will show you how to use the next step in creating a new company. So click on back, you select detail stats. So this detail stats will ask you so many questions that you need in what creating your company. So if you look at the chart of accounts, the case study rather, the case study, the name of the company is what? Coscharis. Coscharis, you type Coscharis here. Coscharis PLC. And the legal name is the same thing with the company name. You type it here, is what will appear on your tax form. So you type Coscharis again, Coscharis PLC. Then the tax ID, if you have that information, you type it here. Then your street address, you type number 4. So number 4, okay, Victoria, you say Victoria Island. Then the city, where is it located? Lagos State, it as Lagos. Then the country, if you click on it, you won't be able to see Nigeria, so you select what? Others. Then if you look at it, states, the state is just like abbreviation of the state in other countries, so you won't be able to see your state here, so you just leave it like that. Then the zip code, if you have that information, you type the zip code here. Then your phone number, type the phone number of your company, type any phone number. Then your email address, you type any email address, e.g. okay, www, okay, Nkwo 111 at gmail.com. Then a website, if you have any website, you type the website here. So you click on next. Now what do you see? It says select your industry. When you click on industry, so which industry are we going to use? So you scroll, so select our industry type. So industry type, you just click on general product based business. For the purpose of this training, click on next. Then how is your company organized? Okay, let's say this is a sole proprietorship business. Click on it. Now it says select the first month of your fiscal year. Now your fiscal year is a 12-month period, that is a year that starts from January and end December. So leave it at January. And what you are seeing is what? It says set up your administrator password, meaning that when you set up a password for this company you are creating, whenever you open Quickbooks, you'll be able to what? Enter that password. So in that case, we will not enter any password here. Click on next. When you click on next, it will what? Create your company file. So what you are seeing is asking me to save this file in a location where I can be able to what? See it. So I'll just click on save to just save it for me. And if you look at it, it's actually creating that company file for you. So this is how you actually create a new company. So if you notice, you see the name of that company that's actually used. It has come up at the topmost bar. Look at it, which is Coscharis PLC. So there are other things that should display. They're still loading. So you click on next. Say, what do you sell? Now this is a company that is into buying and selling. They also render service. So you click on both services and products. You click on next. You say, do you charge sales tax? Leave it at yes. You say, do you want to create estimates in Quickbooks? Estimate like colors, proposal, quote, and other things. So you leave it at what? Yes. Now what you are saying is that, do you want to track sales order before you invoice your customer? So you select yes. You say using statement in Quickbooks, yes. Want to use statement in Quickbooks. Using progress invoicing, yes. Also want to use progress invoicing. Click on next. Managing bills you owe, yes. Tracking inventory, say, do you want to track your inventory? That is when you buy, you want to track it, and also when you sell, you want to track it. You click on yes. You want to track our inventory. Now what you are saying is, do you want to track time? You are tracking time in Quickbooks. Yes, you want to track time. Click on here next. Now what you are saying is, do you have employees? So if you have employee, you click on yes, and you select the employees that you have. But if you don't have any employee, because it's a new company you are creating, You click on what? No. You select next. And what you are seeing is say using accounts in QuickBooks. Do you want to use accounts? Say yeah, next. See, select a date to start tracking your finances. So we click on beginning of this fiscal year, that is from January. But you can also choose to use any day, any month that you want to start tracking your financial transactions. So in that case, we were going to use beginning of this fiscal year. And you click on next. So what you are seeing is what we call default chart of accounts. This is a chart of account that comes when you want to set up a new company. So I can decide to what uncheck everything. So if I uncheck everything, I won't be able to see it in my chart of accounts. Like this sales, if I uncheck sales, I won't be able to see it. So now I'm going to check all these things. So it will be very easy for me to set up other accounts. So I won't start creating sales accounts on my chart of accounts. So I can actually check everything. We can also check everything. So to save you the stress of setting up all these accounts in your case study. There's a case study that I gave you that should listed those accounts that you're going to set up. So instead of leaving everything like this, so let's just check those ones that are very important to us. Then we click on next. So you click on next. When you click on next, you see go to setup. So this is how we would set up a new company file. So this is, you close it, and now will come up again. You close it again. This is how it is. Okay. So now all these are called what? Menus. Like I said, file menu, edit menu, view menu, list menu, favorite menu. So this file menu is used if you want to set up a new company, which is what we just did now. And also if you want to change any settings in QuickBooks, that is when you use edit menu. I said edit menu is the main settings of QuickBooks. If there's anything you want to activate or deactivate, you click on what edit menu. So why this view menu is used if you want to view your navigation bar, if you want to change how you want to view it or your icon bar. Now, if I want my navigation bar to appear at the top, I'll select top icon bar. So if you observe, it has come up. Since I want it to appear at the left, I'll click on left icon bar. So the next menu is what? List menu. So in this list menu, this is where you can actually set up your chart of accounts, your inventory, your fixed assets, items, and other things that you need. So the next menu is what? Favorite menu. So when you click on favorite menu, you select customize favorites. And this customized favorite, you see those things that you can actually add to favorite menu. If I want to add chart of account under favorite menu, I click on add. I want to add item list, click on add. So you can actually add all those things that you need instead of just looking for chart of account in list menu. You can just add everything. So this favorite menu, you can actually work with all those things that you need instead of just selecting different menus. If I say go and create a new customer, and you know to set up a new customer, you click on customers menu. So you can actually add all those things using favorite menu. That is if you want to work with only one menu. So if you notice, I've added chart of accounts under favorite menu and also inventory, which is my item list. So the next menu is what? Accountant menu. So this accountant menu, look at what you find here: accountant center, chart of accounts. If you want to set up your chart of account, you can also do that here. You see, make general journal entries. If you want to post any general journal transaction, you can do that using what? Accountant menu. So the next menu is what? Company menu. So this company menu, when you click on it, you see home page, which is this home page. You see calendar, document, my company. You can also find your chart of accounts under company menu. Also, if you make any mistake, in setting up the name of your company or the address or telephone number, you can actually correct it using what company menu. So I will just select my company. So if I click on my company, then I'll click on this marker. If I want to change the address or the name of my company, I can actually do that here. So if I change Coscharis PLC, I can just use Coscharis PLC too. And I'll click on OK to save that setting. So if you notice that this name has actually changed from Coscharis PLC to what? Coscharis PLC 2. So you can actually change anything that you actually omitted in setting up your company, be it name and address. You can actually edit it and add to suit your own need. So now we'll start by explaining the next menu, which is customers menu. So when you click on customers menu, you see customer center. You can actually set up your customer using what customers menu. So if you select customer center, it will take you to what customer setup window. That is where you set up a new customer. So you can also see other things under customers menu like estimates, create sales order fulfillment worksheets, create invoice, create statement charges, and also receiving payments from your customers. So all these things is what we also explain when we start posting transactions. So the next menu is what vendors menu. So this vendors menu, you use it if you want to set up a new vendor. When you click on vendor center, it will take you to vendor setup window. That is where you now set up a new vendor. And also if you want to track any bill, you can also do that using what vendors menu. If you want to enter a bill, you can do that using what vendor menu. And also if you want to pay your vendors, you can do that using what vendor menu by clicking on vendors menu and selecting pay bills. And you can also create purchase orders and also receive those items that you order from your vendors using what vendors menu. So the next menu is what employees menu. So this employee menu, this is what you see when you click on employee menu. If you want to also create an employee, you click on employee menu and select employee center. It will take you to what employee setup window. That is where you create an employee. And also if you want to do payroll and other things, you do that using what employees menu. So the next menu is what banking menu. So this banking menu, you use it if you want to do your bank reconciliation statement. You see reconcile, look at where my cursor is pointing at. And also if you want to post transfer of fund, that is transferring money from one account to another account, you can do that using what banking menu. Also you can also use general journal to do that. If you look at the next one, make deposits. Make deposits talking about posting what cash lodgement, that is whereby you are depositing cash to your bank. You can also do that using what banking menu. And also if you look at use register, whereby you need to see all those things that you have done. And when you look at write check, so this write check is used for recording immediate payments, that is cash purchases or any kind of payment. And also you can also use write check to what record what petty cash expenses, all those petty cash transactions. You can do that using what write check. So the next menu is what report menu. So if you click on report menu, these are what you see. You can also view your profit or loss. It's called statement of profit or loss account. But in Quickbooks, you see profit and loss standard. It's still the same thing, just that they didn't really change this name. So it's called statement of profit or loss. Still the same thing with it. Since you're an accountant, you should understand. Then and also statement of financial position, you can view your balance sheet, which is your statement of financial position. You will be able to see all those transactions that you have done when you click on report menu. You can also see all those customers that you have set up and also customers that are owing you. You'll be able to do all those things using what report menu. You see job, time, purchases, inventory, employee, and payroll and other things. These are what you see when you click on report menu. So the next menu is what window menu. So this one we don't make use of it at all. If you look at it, you see arrange icons. If you want to arrange icon, you do that using window menu. Or if you want to close all the window that you open, you select window menu as well and click on close all. to close all these windows that are here. That is, this home page will close. And look at this help menu. So this help menu is used if you want to ask any question, like if you're unclear of anything that you see, dates, spelling, or weddings. You can do that. And also, if you want to activate QuickBooks and other things, you can also do that here using help menu. So now I'll just show you brief thing, just how to set up chart of accounts. So how do we set up our chart of accounts? You click on chart of accounts. When you click on list menu, you select chart of accounts. Then you maximize the screen so you're able to see it clearly. So when you observe, remember I said chart of accounts comes with a number. They are called codes. Code can be number. So it comes with what? An account number. So that will be the number that you assign for all the account that you'll be creating or you'll be setting up. So if you observe, there are no numbers in all these accounts. So now there's a setting that you need to activate in using QuickBooks. If you set up a new company using QuickBooks and you want to start posting or setting up an account, you have to activate that account number. So you'll be able to see all the account numbers for each account, be it fixed asset account, current assets, or income, equity, expenses. So now how do we do that? So you click on edit menu. Look at what I'm doing. Click on edit menu. Then you click on preferences. So when you click on preferences, you click on what? Accounting. So when you click on accounting, then you click on what? Company preferences. Then you select what? Use account number. You check that box, use account number, and you click on OK to save it. So this is it. So what do you observe? Numbers has been assigned to all the accounts that you have in your list of chart of accounts. So they are now numbers. If you look at it, furniture and equipment is now what? 15,000, 17,000. So these are the numbers. So this number is what you now use to what? Set up an account. So if you check your case study, look at your case study, the first account that we have is what? Petty cash. Look at it, we have petty cash. Under which account type? Bank. And we also have cash on hand. Under which account type? Bank again. So if you notice, many of you will be wondering why is it that petty cash is under this account type, which is bank? Isn't it supposed to be in current assets? Now, using QuickBooks actually creates what we call an account type for all your cash and cash equivalents. It is called what? Bank. If you are using Sage 50, you see cash. But in QuickBooks, it's called bank. If you are using another accounting package, you see bank and cash. So it does not mean that cash on hand or UBA bank will not appear under current assets. It will what? Appear under your what? Current assets when you are viewing your what? Statement of financial position. So QuickBooks actually create an account type called bank as the account type for your cash and cash equivalents. So now we have petty cash. In our case study, we want to set up petty cash. If you look at it, let me open the case study again. The first account we have is what? Petty cash. Under what? Bank. So we want to set up petty cash. So what we have here, if you look at it, we have 15,000. See what? We scroll down, the last account is what? 90,000. There's the last account number, 90,000. But now we're having just 15,000 as what? Fixed assets. So now we want to create petty cash. Remember I said that it's the accountant that will be assigning numbers to all the accounts. Nobody will assign number for you. It is your responsibility to what? Assign numbers and also to set up the right account to know where the class, where the account fall in. Is it an expenses? Is it an income? Is it an equity or a fixed asset or non-current asset or a current liability? So as an accountant, you are meant to know the account class, because if you select the wrong class, that is the account type, if you select the wrong account type, QuickBooks will treat it as that. I treat it as if is an expense. For example, now if you set up furniture and equipment, I know furniture and equipment is a fixed asset account. That is the account type, fixed asset. And you're going to set it as what? An expense account. QuickBooks will treat furniture and equipment as an expense account because it's not working with the name, it's working with what? Account type. And also the name, it also works with the name as well. But account type is very, very important. Account type is a class, a classification. So now, since we want to set up petty cash, we'll pick a number from here. And you know petty cash fall under what? Bank. So if you look at the first account, what we have here is furniture and equipment. Under which account type? Fixed assets. I want to set up petty cash. So how do you set up an account? There are two ways for doing that. So if you look at the bottom you're seeing something like account, activities, report, and attach. So now when you click on this drop down arrow, you see new, edit account, delete account. So now since we want to set up a new account, which is petty cash, you click on new to do that. So the other way is what? You right clicking on an account. So this is the second way. You can right click on an account and you select new to set up a new account. So since I want to set up petty cash, let me just right click on any account and I'll select what? New. So if you look at it, we have income, expense, fixed assets, bank, loan, credit card, equity, and other account type. So QuickBooks is asking me which account type does this account I want to set up. So now, since it's under bank, I'll select bank. Remember, I told you that QuickBooks actually created what we call a separate account type for your cash and cash equivalent. That is your cash on hand, cash at bank, your bank like UBA, Zenith Bank. So the account type is what? Bank. But if you are using another software, you might see cash. Like in Sage 50, you see cash. If you are using Zoho Books, you see another account type. So that is it. But in QuickBooks is what? Bank. So when you click on bank, you see something like petty cash, checking, saving money account. So now, since we want to set up petty cash, you click on continue. So when you click on continue, this is where you now enter the number, which is what? 10,000. So the first account number, which is what? Fixed asset, is what? 15,000. Now you pick a number from there. You pick what? 10,000 to set up what? Petty cash. Under which account type? Bank. So the account name, you type petty cash. Capital letter, petty cash. So this sub account, now sub account means is an account that is under a particular account. So for example, now if you want to set up bank as only the account name, and you have different banks like UBA Bank, Zenith Bank, this bank, First Bank, UPay, and other banks, you can actually set up a sub account. That is, those banks like UBA will now fall under the account name called what? Bank alone. It will be under that account name called what? Bank. Sub means an account that is under a particular account. So bank name now represent the parent account. I don't know if you understand. So that is how you set up a sub account. But in this case, we are not setting up a sub account. We're only setting up what? Only petty cash. So the description, copy, you right click, then you paste it in what? The description box. You type petty cash here again. So you see something like bank account number. So if it is a bank, this is where you enter your bank account number. That is the bank account number for your company. If you have that information, you type it there. Then the routing number, you also type the number here. Then what you see is what we call enter opening balance, that is beginning balance. For example, if I have petty cash, my ending balance for petty cash is what? 100,000, or type 100,000. That is, if it's a company that wants to start using accounting software. For example, now they have been using manual accounting to post their transaction, and they want to start using accounting software. And what they have in their petty cash is what? 100,000. So if you want to enter that balance, you type it here as what? 100,000. Type 100,000 here. Then now you see something like statement ending dates. Okay, when do we have this amount? Okay, we say you have it since 31st of January, you select it 31st of January as the ending date. But in that case, we're not doing anything like setting up what beginning balance, opening balance for a bank. So we'll play it. This is just an example. We are only was setting up an account. Click on cancel. So you select any of these options. When you click on save and close, it will save it for you and close this window. But when you select save and new, it will save it and start a new one afresh for you. So now in that case, we select save and close. So it will save it for us and close this window for us. So let's click on save and close. So when you see something like this, you click on no. So what do you observe? Petty cash has been added to your list of what chart of accounts. So if you look at the account type is what bank, and the account number I use is what 10,000. So now in my case study, the next account is what cash on hand. Under which account type? Bank. So I want to set up cash on hand. I'll go back to my chart of accounts. You check whether you have cash on hand. Now there's no cash on hand under bank. If you look at it, whenever you want to set up an account, you look at your chart of account first. If you have this account, so if you don't have the account, you set it up. You pick a number. So in this case now, I don't have cash on hand. Since I use 10,000 to set up petty cash, what will be the next number I'll use? You think of a number. Okay, 10,100 or 10,110. So you be the one to be what assigning numbers to any account that you want to set up. Remember, I said you'll be assigning numbers. So now I'm going to set up cash on hand. I'll pick a number from here, which is about 10,100. You right click, select new, then click on bank, click on continue, then type 10,100 as a word code or number. Code or number is its number. So now I will type cash on hand as a name, cash on hand. In the description, cash on hand. Then you click on what? Save and close or save and new. So let's click on save and close so we can check our chart of accounts. So what do you observe? Cash on hand has been added. Look at the number, 10,100. So in the next account I want to set up, the next bank account is what? You click on you check your case study. You have UBA Bank. Okay, I want to set up UBA Bank. And I'll go back to my chart of account. Do I have UBA Bank? No, I don't have UBA Bank. So how do I set up an account? You pick a number from here. Since I use 10,100, I will now use 10,200. So you right click on the account, you click on what? New. Then I'll select bank. Then click on continue. So you type this number, this is where you type it, 10,200. And the account name is what? UBA Bank. UBA. The name, you type it here again. Then click on save and close or save and new. So now let's click on save and new. Like I said when you click on save and new, it will save it and will start a new one afresh for us, for you. It will clear everything for you. So now let's check the next account we want to set up. Since we have set up UBA Bank, we're going to set up what? Zenith Bank as the next account. So you click on, since we use 10,200, we are going to use 10,300 to set up Zenith Bank. Type it here, Zenith Bank. Type it here again, Zenith Bank. And click on what? Either save and close or save and new. So let's just check our chart of accounts. So we select save and close. It will save it and close this window for you. Click on no. So what do you have? Look at it. You have 10,300 as what? Zenith Bank. Under which account type? Bank. This is it. This is how you set up an account. So the next account I want to set up is what? Let's move to current assets. So now I want to set up current asset account. What is the name of this account? Employee advances. This is the account name. And employee advances is what? A current asset. As an accountant, you should know that employee advances is a what? Current assets. Prepaid expenses is a what? Current assets. So now we are going to set up employee advances. Now, if you want to set up employee advances, you go and check your chart of accounts. Do you have employee advances? You check. Okay, where is employee advances? And employee advances fall under which account type? Current assets. So in this case, what I'm seeing here, I'm just seeing fixed assets as what? Look, I'm seeing 15,000 fixed asset. Look at the account type. The next one again, fixed assets, other current liability, equity. So you look for where there's current assets. So if you not see current assets, then you now pick a number. In this case, there's no current assets. So I'll pick a number from here. Since I use 10,300, I'm going to use 11,000 to set up what? My current assets. 11,000 set up what? My current asset called what? Employee advances. So I'll now right click from any account. I'll click on new. Then you check here, income, expense, fixed asset, bank, loan, credit card, equity. Okay, where is current assets? Since you're not seeing it here, you click on other account types. You select what? Other current assets. So this is what we display when you click on other current assets, other account type. Click on continue. So now I want to use 11,000 to set up employee advances. 11,000 employee advances. Employee advances. We type the same thing here. Employee advances. Then you select save and what? Close. So what do you observe? We have 11,000 as what? Employee advances. Under which account type? Other current assets. Can you see? So this is how you'll be setting up your account. You'll be assigning it the right account type. The account type, you should know the class. If I mention prepaid expenses, you know prepaid expenses fall under what? Current assets. So you check where you have current assets in your chart of accounts. So you're not going to be adding number that is not aligning. Any account you want to set up, you will check the class where is current assets in Quickbooks. So if you don't have it, you will not pick a number from there to set up a current asset account. So now I want to set up just prepaid expenses. I will right click. Since I use 11,000 as what? Employee advances, I'll now pick another number. Click on new. I'll select other account types. So when you click on other account types, this is what will display. You see account receivable, other current assets, other assets. So you select other current assets. Click on what? Continue. So I'm going to use 11,100. 11,100 to set up prepaid expenses. So you type prepaid expenses here. Paid expenses. Type the same thing here. Prepaid expenses. You select save and close. So what do you observe? Prepaid expenses have been added to your list of what? Chart of accounts. So the next account I want to set up. So after, okay, I want to set up furniture and fixtures. Furniture and fixtures is what? A fixed asset, which is a non-current asset. So in Quickbooks, you only see fixed assets, which is furniture and fixtures. Now in my chart of account, what am I having? I'm having 15,000 as what? Furniture and equipment. And I want to set up furniture and fixtures. So I'm going to edit this account and say you right click on that account. If you want to edit an account, you must what? Right click on the account that you want to edit. So it's only the name I want to edit. I'm not editing the number. I'm not changing the number. So since it's the name I want to edit, you click on edit account. So in my case study, I have furniture and what? If you check your case study, what we want to do is what? We have furniture and fixtures. So I want to edit that name to what? Furniture and fixtures. Furniture and fixtures. Play this. Furniture and fixtures. Now click on save and close. So this is how you set up your chart of accounts. So from here, you can also set up other accounts. You can set up your fixed assets, your expenses, income, and other accounts by yourself. So we'll call it a day from here. Okay, let me pick questions. Does anybody have questions to ask? Does anybody have question?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, good evening, boss. Thank you very much for your effort so far. My
You said?
question is, I said thank you very much for your effort so far, sir.
I can't hear you clearly.
I said thank you very much for your effort so far. So
Yeah, we
far.
thank God. All right. So I
Yeah,
believe
please.
everybody knows how to set
Okay,
up chart of account.
concerning this
Yeah.
start of what is it called, start of account. Now, after
Yes.
we press save and save and close, Abi, is it save and close?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you know it's going to bring out all the type of account that we is computed. Now I'm looking at the balance total now. It's not bringing out any balance total. It's just bringing out 0 0. Is it supposed to be like that?
You say it's not having balance. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes, yes. Based on the one that I've done on my system here, it's not. It's just bringing
Okay.
0.0.
Sorry, I can't hear you clearly. You said based on the one you have done on your.
Yeah, based on what I have done on my system here, the chart of account.
Okay.
So I'm looking at balance total now. The balance total is just bringing 0.00. That is what is writing
Yes.
here. It's not writing anything. Is it supposed to be like that?
That you're actually creating an account. You're not entering any beginning balance. That's why you're seeing 000. You're setting up an account. That's why you see
Oh,
0 as the amount. You have not entered any opening balance. If you look at the case study, I didn't give you where you be entering amount for those accounts you're setting up. Do you understand? You are just creating the name of the account. So there's no transaction that you have done. That's why you're seeing 000. Do you understand?
okay. Okay, sir. Okay. So in a case of, let's say, take for instance now, in the case of maybe this month now, a particular company has that case study for this month. So by next month now, the case study was now added to another what was it called, another account. Are we still going to put it on our chart of account on this
Okay,
case
you
study?
say, sorry, can you say it again? Because I can't really hear you very well. You say if
Okay,
you
take for
go for,
the case study you use for us, you are using for us.
okay, the case
You know,
study is what is done in organization. What is done in
okay,
organization? That's what the case study is. That's what we're using to train you on.
okay.
Do you
So,
understand?
but should we just, yeah, those are the only accounts that an
Go on, I can
organization
hear you.
is.
What is
I said, can we just assume that
only what?
those are the, can we just assume that those are the accounts that an organization will be based on, or you just created your own for this training?
Okay, the case study I use is actually what is done in an organization. That's actually what I use for the training. I created it for the purpose of the training based on the people we have tutored so far in companies and also private university. So I actually crafted that case study that I will use to what train you on so that at the end of the training you will know how to do all these things. Maybe if you go for any company and they just want to test your knowledge truly to know if you can set up chart of accounts. So all these things we are doing is actually what is being done in organization. What I'm teaching you is exactly what is done in organization. Do you understand?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much, my boss.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate. Any other person? Any question? Okay. All right. We'll call it a day from here. Thank you for participating. I really appreciate your presence. So by tomorrow, we'll start with setting up the next. Okay, Ola Olu, you have a question? Can't really hear you. It's not really clear. Okay, can you just send your question as a message, or you make an audio so I can listen to it very well, because I'm not really hearing it clearly. All right. Thank you very much for your presence. So we'll be ending this lecture today. Then tomorrow we'll continue with the next setup, which is vendor, customers, and inventory. So do not miss any training. It's very, very important that you follow up. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate.
Thanks so much. Good night.